Good evening, everybody. It is February 16th, 2023. It is 6:15 in the evening. Okay. I just had a dream, and it was one of those dreams where you're somewhere and you keep waking up. Well, I had a dream that I was in my house that I grew up in on the country, and I was in the bedroom that whenever I was a little kid before high school, and the bedroom that had the bookshelf and the half rainbow, and um I was in the bed, and it was the day bed, and it was white. And the day bed that I used to have was like this white metal stuff, and then it had like uh, these gold like balls on it and stuff. And I like kept waking up, and my mom was there. And this one time I woke up, and she was laying on a couch, but like I couldn't see the couch, and it was where the attic door is, in between the kitchen and the attic door. And she was laying on the couch, but like I couldn't see the couch, and all the furniture was missing. And I was like, Mom, and I could like hardly talk. And I was like trying to talk, but like I couldn't talk. It was like something was like keeping me from talking. And I was like, Mom, I was like, but it just sounded like I was like mumbling or something. I was like, where's all the furniture? And she was like, she said some girl's name, and she said she trusted somebody. And then I was like, and he stole all the furniture. And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh. And then I was back in bed again, and I woke up, and this time the bed was on the side of the dining room area, that wall. And I woke up and I was like, Mom. And there was like a stuffed bear, and it had like a bridal veil on it, and it was sitting at the end of the bed. And I got up and I walked out into the living room again. And then one of the times I walked out and I walked into the kitchen, and there was a glass door, and I walked out and it was like fogged or like frosted over or something. I like wiped it off, and I was like looking outside, and I could see the pool and stuff. I could see everything around me, and there wasn't any cars in the driveway or anything like that. And then another time, and then I was back in bed, and I woke up again, and I went, and my desk, I used to have this old time school desk. Um, it was painted for me, and it had these flowers in each corner, and it was painted blue and purple, I think. And it was sitting like in the area where the bed was. And then one of the times I was like, I wonder why my desk is there as I like walked past. And and then there was supposed to be two beds. And one of the time, the day bed was up against the wall that had the rainbow and the bookshelf. And there was supposed to be two beds, and I was like, Mom, I was like, where's the other bed? And it was supposed to be like a twin bed. I used to have a twin bed whenever I was a little kid, and it had like this headboard that was like made out of like some kind of, I have no idea like what material you would call it, and it had like this, I think it was like a gold star or something, and I remember it used to be loose, and I used to like lay there and like twirl it. and And I remember seeing the bed, but then I saw the bed and then it was there, and then all of a sudden it wasn't there. And then this time Mom was sitting in the chair, or in a rocker recliner, and I sat on her lap and I was like, Mom, I was like, where's the bed? And she said that something had happened to it. And there wasn't ever. And then one time there was like 3 beds in the bedroom. Like one bed was on the wall with the bookshelf, and the wall with the window, and then the wall that was next to the dining room. And I just remember laying in bed looking around going, why is there 3 beds in this bedroom? And then, okay, and then before that, I was in this building. I was in like this really big building, and I was getting married, and all my bridesmaids were there, and everybody was there, and it was this really big building. And I remember the dress I was wearing had like 2 pieces to it. It had like, and it wasn't all white. It was white, but it had like flowers on it, and then it had like this trim on the bottom of it. It was really beautiful. And it was what do you call that, where it didn't have any straps or anything? It was one of those, and it was like, had a little V cut right here, and then it like came up like this, and but then it had like an underneath part to it, and it was kind of floofy. It, was like floofed out, and then it had like an under part to it, and I kept having to put it back on because it kept like falling off, and like these people were trying to like help me. I was like, can you help me put this on? And they were like, yeah, we'll help you put it on. And like I kept having it. I was like, I need somebody to help me zip it up. And then one of the times I had to like zip it up by myself, and it kept getting caught, and then like the zipper like was like, had like this hole in it, and so I kept like having to put it on, and I just kept thinking, this dress is so beautiful. And yeah, so yeah, that's all that I can remember from the dream. And then no, there was another time, and then I woke up and I was in this field, and there were dogs. There was a whole bunch of dogs, and they were like, I had never seen dogs like this before. How do I put this? There was like their snouts were like rounded off, and one of the dogs' name was Jeremy, and I was like, hi Jeremy. And then I was like petting the dog, and For some reason, I have no idea why the dog's name was Jeremy. But, and he was sitting with, and then there was like something like inside this dog. It was like sticking out. And it was like rectangular. And then he was sitting with another dog, and then there was a whole bunch of dogs off in the distance, and they were like running around, um and then the dog, like Jeremy and this other dog, like looked at each other, and I was just sitting there petting him. And then I think that's it. I think that's all I remember from the dream. And then I remember I just kept saying, and then I said, Jeremy. And I thought that I was in this apartment. And I woke up and one of the times, and I was like, Jeremy. And, but I hadn't woken up. I have like several dreams like that where I'm like asleep and then I wake up and then I'm asleep and then I wake up and then I'm asleep and then I wake up. I have no idea what that means. But, so yeah, so that's the dream that I just had. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.